Hi guys, this is Loaded Investor speaking. Today we're looking at a growing company in a growing market in a growing economy. Who are we talking about? NIO. Founded by William Lis, his main why and what he is doing and driving his movements at the moment is the pollution problem in China, which is a well-known growing problem and is a strong reason behind the work that he's doing. So overall in the market, only 3% vehicles are EV worldwide at the moment. It will grow to 58% by 2040. So the businesses that can capitalize on this will do extremely well. So let's look at NIO. So what I like to do is get inside the mind of the CEO. So he focuses on user experience and community connected by the car. He's very marginal gain orientated, so everything has to be exactly right, the shininess, the showroom floor, and this emulates without the whole business, and you know, it does add up to the big picture. He's very humble, still gets public transport and has a small flat for his family. Very business orientated and very innovative. You know, if everyone's trying to jump on a problem, he will then come in and solve that issue from a whole nother angle. The example of this is everyone worrying about the batteries, and you know how long they are. He's created a whole new solution which is a lot better, which we're going to dig into in a bit. But first of all, let's have a clip of the CEO. He talks about his theoretical mapping is he talks about 4 quadrants that redefine an industry.
I think in the future, the user experience of a car brand should be include 4 parts. One is the hardware, the car, and the service, and digital touch point, and beyond the car, the life the car will bring to you.
Right.
So these 4 parts will combine to be the future auto industry's user experience.
So let's now really dig into these 4 quadrants you mentioned. So the first one is community. So an example of this is that they have the app. It has about 800,000 users, 20 times the amount of actual NIO vehicle owners. Just to talk about the future EV, you know, it has this kind of religious following to it. One is a service. I mean, an example of this is a battery replacement service. It replaces batteries at recharging stations in minutes, faster than you can fill an internal combustion engine. So this completely sidetracks the anxiety over the length of the batteries and the charging, because it's such a quick replacement. It doesn't really matter as much, and they've really looked at it a whole new way, rather than how big can we get the battery. But I mean, even then, in terms of the hardware, you've got 100 kilowatt battery, which was upgraded from the 70, and there's upgrade plans for all existing NIO owners, and 150 kilowatt on the way, just because they can, and that's the hardware side of it as well. There's an app where you can collect, people come and charge your battery, or a recharge truck can come out and rescue you as well. So going on to the hardware part of it, obviously we mentioned the 100 kilowatt battery. 2 flagship sedans coming out on NIO day after I made this video. They're coming out on the 9th of January. I think the aesthetic look of all their cars will define the consciousness of China and will be seen across the world, and they are yet to have a flagship car company for the success of this country. On top of that, just to show their dedication and the power of William Lis, the EP9 is the fastest electric car in the world, or fastest car in the world, demonstrated on by Richard Hammond on the Grand Tour, and also seen on the new series of Top Gear. So you know, they're showing different ways of how they can think different, but also be the best at what they do at the same time. And I think that when I saw the fastest car in the world on the Grand Tour and Top Gear, is the first time of hearing of NIO. And if you're looking for speed as well, the 7-seater models go the same speed as a Ferrari F355. So yeah. So and then the software, you've got an AI driving assistant, semi-automatic driving, soon to be fully automated, and then a cloud-based software as well, which is very important. You see the growing areas of, say, AWS or Amazon, Microsoft Azure, or Fastly. I think they can really then branch out into other areas using that as well. I'm going to get onto the financials of NIO now. Start off by 146% revenue increase from Q3 2019 to Q3 2020. So in December, you're looking at 7,007 vehicles delivered alone, record highs compared to 4,266 in Q3 2020. So just in December alone has already beaten that. It shows for a strong Q4 in February. and doubles its deliveries year on year. When they did go into a bit of trouble in 2019, the Chinese government were fully behind them with a 1 billion bailout, and they're showing a lot more support towards NIO than the US government even shows to Tesla. So there's a lot of negative stimulus about the Chinese government, but they're really behind their companies. And if we look into the operational cost, the loss from operations comes down 60% year on year, and that will naturally, the cost of the operations will reel in as the business expands. And the service side of it and the software and the app, I'm sure there'll be a subscription service coming in soon, because the amount of community it has and the service they can deliver through that avenue, and capitalize on that greatly. So to summarize, this is a growing company in a growing sector in a growing Chinese economy. What the CEO says is exactly what happens, and his attention to detail is mesmerizing. It's a worthy position in anyone's portfolio, especially if you're lacking Chinese stocks and looking to grow quicker than Tesla in a shorter period of time. However, I have been in Tesla since early days, but I think at this moment in time, I don't see an entry point in Tesla, and I think this is the bigger opportunity at this moment in time. There's plenty of companies I want to be in. I usually wait for an entry point, which usually consists of some form of uncertainty or fear within the majority view, which I can discredit with significant research and make a purchase, because essentially the more work you do and the more research, the more risk you can take, because you know about it and it's actually safer for you in your perspective. Although there isn't a considerable entry point in NIO at the moment, I think it's a steal anywhere within the $50 range. It may have a market cap larger than Ford's, but the PE ratio, the profit equity ratio, I don't think is catered in for the future growth of this company, and that's what stocks are based on really, and that's where you're going to make your money. So I think the future of the growth of this company still has to be weighed in, and I think if you buy and hold, it's a voting machine in the short term, the stock market, but in the long term it's a weighing machine, and this company will be weighed. So hit like, comment, subscribe. Any input is welcome. Let's move together to get the best possible outcomes, put the work in so we can take the necessary risks to get the rewards that we want, and enjoy the process as well. So I'll keep updating on my thought pattern. If it can even help one or two people, then it's a bonus, and it helps me analyze my thought patterns as well. So see you in the next video. For the guys who stayed at the end, here's a clip of the auto drive feature and the battery swap. Enjoy.